Many legendary basketball players have come and gone with a bang. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't look like LeBron James will meet the same fate. The NBA player is an aging legend. His time is running out, but despite everything, it doesn't look like the Lakers plan on doing any better. In this video, we'll be taking a look at how the greatest basketball player is wasting away in the Los Angeles Lakers. So stay tuned. First up, LeBron James is getting closer to a disappointing retirement. Dirk Nowitzki, yet another basketball legend who retired a few years back, is stuck in a similar situation being faced by James right now. Dirk mentioned that he wasn't sure exactly when the realization hit him. The realization that his time was coming to an end. And now that he had reached the peak, the only way to go was down. But it had hit him hard. And he knew, as an NBA star in his mid-30s, that his time was running out. It was a tough thing to face. What's worse, Dirk was still an all-star player. But the Mavs, the team was beyond the point of saving, doomed by defections, bad bets, and an aging roster. So it's understandable that he felt a familiar pang when he saw LeBron James throwing passes to players who can't shoot, taking shots because his teammates couldn't, and losing at a rate one can't fathom. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player out there who somehow ended up spending his last precious NBA years in a doomed team. There aren't many players that can relate to James's situation. After all, when a legend nears retirement and still manages to play so well, organizations scramble to make the most of their last years. Poor LeBron, though, still thriving, yet shackled to a doomed roster. Coming up, the Lakers haven't been doing very well. The Los Angeles Lakers have hit rock bottom. They're 12th in the West and are hurtling towards catastrophe. Their roster is too thin to support the aging legend, and now that Anthony Davis will be out for several weeks due to a foot injury, well, let's just say things aren't looking good for the Lakers. There's no telling if James can carry on like this. The Lakers missed the playoffs last year, and it'll be a miracle if they didn't miss it this year as well. Like, it'll definitely be the surprise of the century. This leads to this sobering conclusion. The last years of one of the best players in NBA history are totally and utterly wasted. At this rate, nobody will be surprised if James demands a trade. And to be honest, he'll be better off without the Lakers dragging him down anyway. Last season was disappointing, to say the least, and it doesn't look like the Lakers will do any better this year. All of James's efforts are for naught, and what's worse is that he isn't just another good or even great basketball player. No, he's one of the greatest, which just adds insult to the injury after every blown season, poor signing, and bad trade. The Lakers weren't always so bad at what they did, though. Once upon a time, they were considered to be one of the best teams in the NBA, and this wasn't so long ago either. Just 2 years prior, they'd won the championship. Let's take a look at how the Lakers roster fell apart. 2 years ago, the roster consisted of two max players, James and Davis, who were in turn flanked by well-calibrated shooters and defenders, from Danny Green, Markieff Morris, Alex Caruso, Rajon Rondo, Howard, and McGee, to Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. All of them are gone, leaving James and Davis with a useless roster. A significant portion of that support was given up in the poorly thought-out trade for Westbrook, costing the Lakers Kuzma, Caldwell-Pope, and Montrezl Harrell, as well as Caruso, who left in free agency when the Lakers refused to pay his asking price. Rob Pelinka, the general manager, was the one to make those decisions. But it's important to note that James reportedly lobbied for the Westbrook trade, which makes him at least partly accountable for the roster's current poor situation. LeBron, who is now in year 20, has unquestionably lost some of his strength. However, the raw box score data indicates that he's still a top 10 player, as he was the year before. Of course, his scoring efficiency has decreased slightly. This can be partially attributed to him forcing more difficult shots, the lack of shooting space around him, and perhaps the knowledge that this team has fatal flaws. Now, for why James joined the Lakers in the first place. James thought the Lakers would do whatever it took to improve the team when he agreed to a 2-year agreement in August, tying him to the team through the 2024-25 season. This included trading future first-round picks. As Chris Haynes of Turner Sports revealed last month, the team management has been very hesitant to part with those picks, much to James's annoyance. The Lakers just found their stride, winning 11 of their last 17 games, including impressive wins over the Bucks and Nuggets. However, one could credit that rebound to a lenient schedule, since 5 of the victories came against the Spurs and Pistons, 2 of the league's bottom teams. Regardless, there aren't many out there who think the Lakers can win a playoff series in their current situation, despite the fact that since James's return from his injury, Davis, James, and Westbrook have played well, and most importantly, importantly, well together, they're still a very flawed group in the opinion of ESPN analyst Jeff Van Gundy. Still, it's challenging to see how they can be anything more than a play-in team without a significant roster change. Finally, celebrity fans of the NBA react to the Lakers' current situation. Yep, things have come to the point that celebrity fans of the Lakers are now publicly begging the team to get their act together. The bassist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea, posted a tweet earlier in the season asking Rob Pelinka to do something now. He said that he should either blow everything up and rebuild, or mortgage the future to fix the lack of skill and chemistry on the basketball team. He also begged Pelinka to not let yet another season go down the drain and ruin the sunset of LeBron James's career. Even LeBron himself subtweeted his employer. When the Lakers were defeated 0-4, he made an Instagram post asking how long he'll be taken for granted. That post was later deleted. JJ Redick, ESPN's analyst, told fans that it'd be better for them to shift their focus onto LeBron's pursuit of the all-time scoring record instead of waiting for the team to pull off a miracle turnaround. Van Gundy, on the other hand, said that if LeBron manages to get his team into the playoffs at all, it can be considered one of his greatest accomplishments. Now, moving on to Jason Terry's thoughts on life after LeBron. First off, Jason Terry believes the NBA is in good hands if LeBron James retires. Jason Terry, the assistant coach of the Utah Jazz, is confident that even after LeBron James retires, the league will remain in good hands. LeBron has been the face representing the NBA for over a decade, and everyone is looking forward to seeing who will take up the mantle after his departure. When Jason was asked about the future of the league after LeBron decided to step down from his position, he said that the NBA is blessed with a huge number of talented young players. Speaking on the Maggie and Perloff radio show, the former NBA champion also gave credit to LeBron for the impact he had on the next generation of basketball players. He said that the league had no shortage of young talent from all across the board. What's more, he pointed out these talents and said that point guards, bigs, now they've got these hybrids, guys that are playing positionless. The 45-year-old also said that this is all due to the way LeBron played and impacted basketball. Next up, Jason Terry says that they're looking for a group of guys to carry the torch. Jason made it clear that the goal isn't to find one person to become the next big thing. Rather, it's to gather a group of players who can take the sport to the next level. He said that you could go through almost any roster, and you'll find one player on each of them that you could predict will become the next so-and-so. He refrained from mentioning any names, since it might be considered tampering. Jason stated that in his opinion overall, as a group, this was the most talent that had appeared in the NBA up till now. LeBron James is currently in his 20th season in the league, and though he isn't the best player in the world anymore, he can still be considered one of the best when he's in prime condition. There are many prospective players to take over as the face of the NBA, such as Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Joel Embiid can also be considered since he was the runner-up for MVP 2 times. Lately, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Zion Williamson, and Luka Doncic have been taking the league by storm and can easily become the next big thing for the league. Every team may already have a franchise player, but the talent pool for the next decade is really big, beginning with Victor Wembanyama. Lastly, Dennis Schroeder says that LeBron will retire at 45. The player to whom the torch will be passed on will only become clear after LeBron's departure. Recently, in an interview, the 37-year-old revealed that he'll retire in 2024, once he's fulfilled his dream of playing alongside his son Bronny. Later on, he changed his stance while talking to Sports Illustrated, saying that he might stick around till 2026 so that he could also play with his second son Bryce. Dennis Schroeder, LeBron's LA Lakers teammate, shared his own insight about the Kings' retirement plans, saying that when he asked him how much longer he wished to play, he said 5 to 7 years more. The player went on to say that he's turning 38 now and will speed around till he's 45. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the Lakers' current situation? When do you think LeBron James will retire? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.